Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Ashes Wednesday. It's been a minute.
Been a little while, hasn't it?
Did we stream 2 weeks ago? I feel like something was going on. Last week we were out of town.
Oh, who knows?
I feel like something was going on the week before. Anyways, we're back. It's time for Ashes.
Hi, everybody.
We're still waiting for those next releases, which I'm very excited about.
Just stare into the camera. I don't stare into the camera very much. So our monitor's up here. So, like, usually when I'm making a funny point,
Look over at the camera.
I'll look up at the screen, but I really should be looking at the camera.
Here's the
'cause,
question.
Like, is this strangely intimate?
I'm going to look over at the screen real quick, and I need the audience to tell us. Does it look like I'm looking at the camera?
Yeah, I can tell you. No. If we had the monitor right there above, like, the little logo.
Be nice.
Yeah, we'll do that. New studio. We'll
That's
get that
right.
in
Yeah,
the studio.
Hope you're all doing well. We're going to be playing. I'm going to play. We've been posting about getting decks from the community. We're going to build the deck really quick for Steven from the community.
Yeah,
cool deck he's excited about.
I left all of my cards at Zach's house. We were testing for Flesh and Blood before we left for Vegas.
And I didn't realize all your Ashes cards are in set box.
Yeah, and so we don't have them. So Zach's on one side of the spectrum. We're going to do Ceremonial Brennan.
Yep.
And then I'm going to be doing this awesome little deck called You're Getting Sleepy Echo deck from ZAK.
Zach, I submitted it. Just kidding.
That is how you spell Zach.
That is one way you could
that.
spell Zach.
Well, isn't that clever? Somebody buried behind this laptop for a second. Excuse me.
Yeah, and I'm going to be looking through cards. But the thing I'm interested in doing, we've been playing some heater decks.
Yeah.
Recently, like
as we do.
Just like once we started getting decks from the community, some of those we've been hitting. Like Impossible German's been sending me some good numbers, good little numbers,
like real decks.
Yeah, like I started winning on Wednesday and it felt good.
Yeah,
like for the first time in a long time.
I didn't like it so much.
When we were the ones responsible for our decks, I was getting thrashed for a while. Anyways, all that to say, shout out to the community for helping me win. But more importantly, I have an old Brennan deck that at the time, last time I played it, I was very pleased with.
Is this a burn deck? Yeah. Oh, yeah. It's one of those Brennan non-burn decks, huh?
It's. I have plenty of decks, so if it goes quick, we'll play again. But I'm just curious, given how much I feel like I've learned in the past couple of months playing Ashes, if I feel the same way about the deck, because this is like literally 3 months ago.
And you thought it was your best deck?
At the time, yes.
Yeah.
But you were on Rhinos, and I was just burning you out.
Yeah.
Blocking and burning.
Yeah.
And I could sense a certain amount when you have 2-person meta. You got to be sensitive to whether or not someone's getting annoyed at your deck.
I mean, isn't that the whole goal?
That was my
just
goal
annoy
when
them
I was 13.
Constantly.
Like me and my friend Will used to play games constantly together, and my number one goal was just to not allow him to do the things he wanted to.
Yeah.
I remember we played the Lord of the Rings TCG a lot together. And I had this Nazgul deck that just destroyed his strategy. And because there's only 2 of us, it's not like you can be in a tournament and it's like, well, Zach's got to beat me and also everything else still. It's like, no, I just need to beat Will.
Sometimes that's also very productive, where you have this like constant teeter-totter of like you tech to beat me and then you do, and then I have to tech back, and then here we go.
But in a game, it's better depending on the game. So in a game where you basically, to beat that thing, you'd have to play things you don't want to play.
Yeah,
it's one thing when it's like, I think Flesh and Blood does this wonderfully, is like I can play the same character differently. Yeah. Depending on who I'm playing against. And so you kind of have to attack and figure that out, and how many cards you want to allocate to solving that problem versus doing what you're doing, that whole thing. I think Ashes is somewhat similar. Like your first 5 tech can be if you can't, Brennan can't beat a certain matchup enough, surely you can first 5 differently to
you can figure that. Yeah.
To, increase your odds.
You hope so. I would hope so. Well, this is an Echo deck. It's called You're Getting Sleepy.
All right, so I assume we need Echo Greystorm.
Yeah, it's going to run in. It's a pretty safe assumption.
Why is there a pile of hammer knives here?
We're going to do 2 Charm. We're going to do 4 Divine. And we're going to do 4 Sympathy.
All right, let me find Echo.
This is going to be a fun one.
Echo's so good.
Awful against Burn.
He's so good.
Might be awful against Burn.
You remember Chaos Gravity?
Yes. I do. I'm going to run 3 of those.
There's Echo.
You got those? Okay.
What's next? Let's start with the types. You have ready spellboard cards?
Lightbringer, 2.
Summon Lightbringer.
Mirror Spirit, 2. Nightshade Swallow, 1.
So you need the summons.
Yeah, these are the summons. These are the
summons.
I can get the non-summons if you'd rather.
It's cool. All right, Lightbringer.
Summon Lightbringer.
I have the Lightbringers.
Okay. How are we going to get them on the table, though?
I think they're in that Mayoni deck I was playing.
Last.
Not Mayoni. Odette. Remember someone... That was part of it because I was looking for your Lightbringers and stuff.
Yeah, the Lightbringers are always in high demand, aren't they?
How many copies?
2.
Really?
2?
That That's a place in Star Wars.
Yeah. Cool.
It's just true.
Well, there you go. Anybody got new revelations in their life kicking around? You learned anything this past couple months?
In the world.
And talk about anything?
I only have one copy of Summon Lightbringer. Somehow.
Well, it's because we keep losing all of them. Justin M says it's one of the first times I've watched an Ashes Reborn live stream.
Well, hey, welcome.
Yeah, welcome.
Welcome to the party. We'll find the other one in a second. What else you need?
Mirror Spirit. 2 summon Mirror Spirits. The little frisbee cat. Or frisbee raccoon.
There's nothing quite like a frisbee raccoon.
Anesthesia Cat just watched a TC video from 2018 that was unable to focus on it because Zach's hair was so short.
It was very short.
Yeah. Somebody once said that Zach once said he was going to cut his hair.
I am.
Recently.
I have not recently said it.
He said by the end of the year.
I never said that, but I am going to cut it. How many?
Well, I mean, if an infinite timeline, I suppose it will eventually get cut.
I got my hair cut twice this year.
How many what? 2 Mirror Spirits. 2 summons.
All right.
And then 1 summon Nightshade Swallow.
Nightshade.
Now that's it. Is that the one that kills something if it touches it? No, that's a discard. Ooh, that's a burn. That's a late game card. I get it because if I'm exhausting their board, I can discard their cards.
Nightshade?
1 Nightshade Swallow. That's right. Yeah.
Okay.
So the only thing we don't have is a Lightbringer, so we can proxy that if we need to.
Well, I think I'll find it.
Yeah, we thought that last time, dude. It was like a 12-hour journey trying to find that thing.
Let's just look at this little stack.
Okay. Then I've got allies next, if you're ready.
Almost. I'm just making sure it's not in this particular stack.
And I was really attracted to this deck. You know what? There was 2 words that got me excited.
Spirit?
That's a good guess. No, it is Holy Night.
I was going to say Celestial Knight.
Holy Night. So the whole thing you can do with this, apparently, who knows if it's tested or not.
We're in for a good time. I can feel it.
Holy Night. I know. It's just like you're just going to burn me in 2 turns and I won't even have to care. Holy Night. Stacking Holy Relics. Exhausting the board as it's happening. And then, I don't know. Maybe it
Holy. It sounds like a holy time. All right. How many Holy Knights?
3.
Yeah, I love that card. What else? What other
3
allies?
Flute Magi, 3 Flute Magi, 3 Polarity Mages, 3 Sonic Swordsmen. Because we're running Divine.
Yeah, like you do.
David Lattimore said that I feel like Netrunner got canceled and then Zach stopped cutting his hair in protest.
That's as good of a reason as any.
Chachki saying, I appreciate the diversity in hairstyles between you two, Professor X and Conan the Barbarian.
Oh man, he's gonna get me not to cut my hair. You gotta love that.
Which is great, yeah.
All right, so sorry.
Dude, check this out. Mitch the MVP Murphy. What's up, Mitch? Check this out. Okay.
Also, Mitch Murphy is a good name.
Huge payoff on our Throwback Thursday content already. We're seeing it. Check this out.
If Mitch got into what we're doing.
Found y'all today trying to play the Wars TCG.
My
and
goodness.
now loving the content so far.
You know what? If doing that War stream only ever got Mitch to be a part of this, it was worth it.
That's right.
It doesn't take much.
That one's for you, Mitch.
At the Fab event this weekend, someone was asking me what I thought the ROI on our throwbacks was.
Yeah.
They were like, it's crazy. That's a fourth of your streams every week.
Non-existent, I would say.
And I was like, well, financial ROI? None. But if it leads to at least a handful of people being a part of our community, it's worth a lot.
I think we can justify it. The funny thing is, a lot of folks probably think...
Polarity Mage? 3?
Yeah, 3 Polarity Mages. Probably think
Light Swordsman?
Yeah.
3?
No, yeah. Sonic. What? Sorry. They probably think that we're actually doing math on that, right? Where it's like...
Shield Mage?
Yeah, all the mages. No, not the mage. Polarity and Flute only.
Flute Mage?
Yeah.
What's a Flute Mage look like?
It's got a flute. There is no... The thing is, we wanted to do the throwbacks, and now we're just trying to justify it with numbers.
Yeah,
that's really how that goes.
The real ROI is that...
the friends we made along the way.
That's right. No, just getting to experience that, like all of those games, it also just means that, like, so like maybe there's only 100 people in the world that care about Worlds TCG.
Mm-hmm.
But like that is a reference point in any of our conversations. And then even when you go to an event, the ability to have a genuine conversation with someone because, oh yeah, I tried As an example, the Mythos TCG.
How do you put a price on all that?
There are two kinds of people in this world: those who have experienced it and those who haven't.
That's right.
And I'll tell you what. If I find myself at Gen Con sometime and I'm hanging out and I run into someone, it's like, oh, like what old dead games have you ever played? It's like, oh, I just love that Mythos CCG.
Yeah, it's like
we're gonna have a great time.
You want to dish over dead CCGs? I got something for you.
That person and I will have a good time.
Yeah, you will have a good time. And how can you put a price on a good time?
I mean,
right?
What else is left?
I was in Vegas recently, so I guess you definitely can. It's about $23 for a drink.
I was gonna say $23 per hand of blackjack.
Yeah, 15.
It was good. It just wasn't that good.
Turns out none of that money comes back.
You said Flute Mage? What?
Flute Mage.
Why?
Yeah.
Why?
Do you have them in any other decks there? They remove exhaustion tokens, so whatever big snaky attacky decks you have probably would do that.
It doesn't seem like the kind of card I would run.
You just don't like flutes?
I don't know. Just it's not if you've been like, okay, it's like Who Wants to Be a Millionaire? A, B, C, D. Which of these cards exist in Ashes? Mm-hmm. Flute Mage was on that list. I would have been like, I'm not sure that exists. It's less my interest in it and more just like.
But it definitely feels like an Ashes card, right? A Flute Mage.
Yeah, I mean, I can get there.
Squall Stallions,
I'm just not familiar enough with it that I would have been like, that definitely exists. If you're like, hey, Time Hopper. Oh yeah,
maybe that's why you were losing. You ever think about that?
Who knows, man?
Maybe you should have been playing it the whole time.
Flute Mage, you say?
You've done a marvelous job. I mean, I do appreciate what you're doing here, which is very helpful given that my collection is elsewhere. But I can't help but notice you seem to be the source of the missing cards.
Well, that's not my fault.
You almost said problem, but then it was your problem.
It's not typically my problem because it's a card I would never use.
Whose fault you think that is?
Well, probably someone that doesn't have the collection, so then I have to build all these random decks.
I mean, is that Flute Mage? If a Flute Mage falls in the woods and nobody's there to try to build with it, is it still missing? You know what I'm saying?
Not the Essence Druid. I'm going to build a deck around that at some point.
Question from Matt B14. Do you mostly play stream Ashes Reborn now? Still playing Marvel Champions, other games? It's daily, really.
We do Ashes most Wednesdays.
Tuesdays usually Flesh and Blood. Wednesdays Ashes. Thursdays a throwback of some kind. Although this Thursday is going to be Marvel Champions.
Well, preview action.
It's a world premiere. We didn't even talk about the fact that it's a world premiere of that scenario pack.
Well, I sent out a little community text.
Did you tell the people?
And people were like, "Ooh." So if you're not on our community,
we're playing
got to keep it spicy.
Super sneak peek at an upcoming scenario pack.
I'm very excited.
Can we say what it is?
Yeah, it's the hood. I sent a picture.
Oh, it's the hood. Yeah, so we're playing the hood scenario pack for the first. Apparently, it's a world premiere. Asmodee reached out and they were like, hood? You know what I learned about him? Super cool. They actually included it in the little sheet. He found a pair of magic boots that let him walk on air.
Yep.
And then he also found a cloak.
Well,
that's the superpower.
At least in the comics, I think he has to hold his breath to be invisible.
I mean, that's so cool. That's the kind of hero. Man, I'd play that as a hero over a villain.
And then better yet is that he obviously now wanted more power.
Yeah.
Right? He's like, now that I have some power. So then he started working with the most evil characters in the universe to gain magical powers.
Yeah. That stands to reason, I guess.
Yeah.
So we're playing it all as we can.
I'm gonna find this Flute Mage. Just you wait and see.
Anesthesia Cat and Mist Fab, but how excited am I, Steven, for the new Ranger hat, the New Horizons I assume you're talking about? The double Arsenal slot?
It looks good.
It looks good. I wonder,
it literally, the art looks good.
I wonder functionally how well it will actually play, how much it will actually matter.
Well, that's why we play the game, right?
Yeah, so I'll have to test that. But I don't know. I'm kind of an old crusty Azalea player, so all this new stuff has me holding on tight to the old ways and saying, well, what about Azalea? And honestly, there's the old Azalea control, salvage shot, seek and destroy deck that I definitely will be trying, but it will not be good. What's up, Joshki? Saying throwback videos were helping to keep me sane during lockdown. Thanks so much for them. Yeah, absolutely. Well, who knows? We may not be done with that side of life yet, so we'll just keep playing. Really bad lag. I guess I just answered your question on accident. Yes, we are playing the hood tomorrow for Marvel Champions. Matthew saw you now are over here with us on YouTube, so cheers to that. Justin M, I guess you're happy now since, yes, we are playing the hood. Let's see. Mitch, lurking. Continue to lurk as you like. Any other lurkers out there, you're welcome to just continue lurking. Although I will say it's weird getting your name said on stream. So if you never experienced that, you should just give us a shout. Justin, I'm also envious of the Mad Titan Shadow, folks. What a disaster, really. I mean, there's nothing else to say. Lance Anderson, you guys interested in SoulForge at all? Very interested. In fact, Zach and I have played a demo of the game. We've been in conversations with the people, the Ascension deck building people, the SoulForge people, and we'll see what happens. I think it's a pretty fascinating little game.
I think this is my 1.0 collection. That's one thing I'm always nervous about. If you guys were with us when I was merging my Reborn stuff in collection.
It looked flawless from my angle. I think you got it done perfectly.
Yeah.
Now, I do have some boxes of other cards down here that are not my decks. But most of this stuff would have been in the Divine deck already, so I figured it'd be cleaner to keep it there. But if you absolutely need to, we need to sub in, I probably have some mages down here.
I mostly just want to see, like, I'm always nervous that I miss some cards in my conversion.
Oh my god, are we about to go into the conversion stream again?
No, it's not.
This is a box of pain that you're breaking into right here.
You're in a world of pain, Larry.
That was the most pain that's ever been on a live stream that we've done.
I'm not joking when I say there was a moment where I almost was like, all right, yeah, I'm just going to buy a new collection. I almost got there.
Shufflebus, what's up? Hey, Shufflebus does a ton for the Ashes community. Are you guys playing in AshCon 2021? Well, I guess that's my cue to look it up.
So AshCon is happening next week, I think.
Is it Gen Con?
It basically, Plaid House is not going to Gen Con, and so they're hosting kind of a week-long tournament.
Online tournament. Okay.
It's a really cool way of doing it. So Steve and I are both going to be out of town next week.
Yes, we are.
During the whole thing. And, like, I know that they're allowing webcams to be used, but I think the default is AshTechie or something like that.
I love playing on Gentechie, man. Oh, my gosh, that Gentechie. I had some days with Gentechie when I was testing Netrunner, man. I would post up for 12 hours on that thing. Lay on the couch or lay in bed.
Just test draw against real people.
And just play that wizard deck. Whew. Those are good times. I mean, it's really helpful when the browser just does stuff for you.
Yeah, that is super nice.
Okay, let's see AshCon 2021. In the wake of opting out of Gen Con 2021, we wanted to make sure that Ashes players were still able to participate in an officially supported Ashes organized play this year.
They got that sweet translucent dice up in there.
Free casual online tournament, grouping players into pools of 4, playing out a mini round robin tournament. The winner of each pool will receive a set of translucent dice in the mail. AshCon will take place over the course of the week after Gen Con to help ensure that those who attended Gen Con with hopes to play in an Ashes event still have a chance to participate when they return home. That's pretty smart.
That is very smart.
Well, we're sad to be seeing the tournament attendees in person, not to be seeing, that would have been a different statement. We're sad to not be seeing the tournament attendees in person. We hope AshCon will be a fun week of Ashes gameplay for even more players across the world. So you need to go to the Ashes Reborn Discord. Go to ashtechie.com, so you need to know what that's up with. That's a great way to play. Sign up for the event here. Not here, but there's a forum on their website. And then plan enough time to schedule into all 3 games over the course of the event. Is this one of those where you have to schedule?
Yeah, I think so.
Ooh, that can be disastrous. That's always bad. We've done it many times. You remember those old Vassal tournaments?
Oh, yeah.
It'd be a 16 email exchange to realize that nobody could make it.
Yeah. And then, like, what do you do? But, I mean, that's why you got to keep it casual. If it was a bona fide tournament, it's a problem.
Yeah, but the weird thing is, like, if 2 people can't figure out a time, whose fault is it? See, that's my problem.
Yeah, well, this is what they make judges for.
And we're also more straight line people than most publishers. Most publishers have a lot more curves.
Well, you know, when you're designing games.
Yeah, you gotta be creative, and you know, you gotta, hey, we're gonna do some fun stuff. When you're shipping products, you've got to be like a nail through a piece of wood.
Well, especially in tabletop gaming.
Because everything around you is so curvy.
Yeah, it's like, well, you know what? We're just going to be straight lines. And that creates friction. It truly does.
Well, a curve hitting a straight line always causes some reverberation.
All right, let's get the rest of the deck together and then figure out what we're doing.
Seriously?
Yeah, I have no idea where that flute mage is. You didn't borrow it, did you?
Holy Relics. Don't put this on me. Holy Relics. I'm going to alteration spells.
That's an alteration spell?
It says it on ash.live. It's an attachment, Holy Relics. Mm-hmm. Yes, you alter things by attaching these two. About a 50% shot you got it, I assume.
I'm gonna say 100%. How many?
3.
Got it.
3 power through.
Is that also an attachment?
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, got it.
Then reaction spells.
Yep, on it.
Shatter Pulse, Sympathy Pain.
These are cards I know exist.
Yeah. And then I'm gonna see if I have
three of each.
Yeah. No, 2 of each.
2 Sympathy Pain.
Yeah.
There's 1 Shatter Pulse. Let's get the other one going.
Okay. I gotta get these in a binder, man. Let's just buy a binder right now.
Binders are tough.
Come on, really?
They take up a lot more space, way harder to carry around, and you need a lot more of them. That's the problem I'm running to with Fab right now. Like, I could carry around all of the Fab cards in less space by a lot. It is nice to have the binders.
But it's only because you're bringing them in and out, right?
That is the most annoying part of it, yeah.
So if they were just staying in the same place, like in your office or whatever, yeah. I think I'd just keep my Ashes cards here.
Yeah.
So, whatever that's worth.
Hey, you're welcome to get a binder. I'm not trying to rain on the parade here.
What's up, Adil? Garesu? Or Adil? Finally managed to catch you guys live after several years.
Wow.
Boom. Thank you for introducing me to some of the greatest games of all time. Most recently, of course, is Ashes. And for the outstanding token says, well, hey, thank you so much for saying that.
Yeah, that's awesome.
That's everything. We're just happy to be able to do it. I mean, that's
it's a miracle.
Crazy privilege, really.
There were some questionable months back at the early start of that pandemic and the first
first decade. First decade, you mean, yeah.
First 1 to 10 years.
I have 1 Flute Mage.
Ooh.
And I have the other 2 in a deck built, which is the Rhino deck.
Are you sure you didn't
I didn't.
borrow this from me?
I didn't. You have lost them. Your Ashes
I need to resort my cards.
2.0 journey has been perilous.
Yeah.
We all know it.
You know, instead of sorting them, I guess I could just buy more.
Just rebuy the whole collection.
Yeah. Just triple up. All right, Shatter Pulse, Sympathy Pain done. What else?
That's it.
No way.
So we're missing 2 Flute Magi.
Maggie?
And a Summon Lightbringer spell.
All told, not bad.
That's not too bad. I'll let me see if I got a Summon Lightbringer in here, and then I'll proxy up.
Orange.
Now the real question, the problem here is I don't have any advice on my first 5.
I bet we can suss that out.
So I'm gonna be we're good now, right? Aren't we good?
You got several summon spells. Guessing those are just going straight in.
Are we good? Are we good at this yet?
I am mediocre. Good enough to be dangerous.
Yeah.
I'm at that point where I think I can beat new players, but I can't beat good players. You know what I mean?
I absolutely do. Tim and I were dishing about you at the Fab event whenever you.
I found my Flute Mages, dude.
Where were they?
They were in between the River Scald, so it looked like when you were scanning through, it kind of does this thing where you were flipping.
Yeah.
How many? You want to just use mine so you don't have to mix yours in?
Three. I don't want you stealing my Flute Mages.
What was the other thing we were missing? Just Summon Lightbringer?
1 Summon Lightbringer.
Let's try that again.
And we've been using that one.
Yeah.
But this one was confused already last time, so I don't have a lot of hope for it. Anyway, we were dishing about you, and basically we were saying Zach is the squirreliest card player in existence.
I mean, that's not really a dish. That's an inverse compliment. Backhanded slap.
Kind of a compliment.
I mean, that's why I think I have to keep playing characters and decks that allow me to wiggle.
Yeah, you need a wiggly deck.
I need to be able to throw a Hail Mary at the, without any time on the clock.
It's true. It's absolutely true. You're like the guy that always completes the Hail Mary somehow. It's like if you were if you were a football team, it'd be like, we just have to plan on being over 7 points ahead when the clock strikes 0, because they will always throw and receive the Hail Mary.
Yeah, it's kind of like, not that I'm anywhere near the level of Tom Brady, but like that game where they were down like 21-3 at halftime.
Yeah.
It's like you can never be far enough ahead until the game's over.
Yeah. You're like a young Tom Brady.
He will find a way. Well,
or maybe an old Tom Brady.
I need like
how old is he?
10 years of consistent success before
I mean, you've got 10 years of consistent success at being squirrely.
I'm on the squirrely stat. I'm the Tom Brady of
Tom Brady is squirreling.
Not a winning, but just a Tom Brady and and it finding my cards.
All right, let's get these beautiful copper sleeves going.
People love them.
Let me tell you, Just ugly.
You got dunked on stream yesterday for, I think they look fine.
People said they were ugly.
Strictly fine.
But if you think copper is ugly, I mean, that's kind of a you problem, is it not?
Yeah. It's kind of like if you think clear is a color.
That's so true.
That's a you problem.
That's so true. Yeah.
This is not on me.
Okay, so we're just going to have to figure out how this deck plays. And we're going to assume it plays well. But it could not.
I mean, it was created by Zach.
It was created by someone other than me, so it's got a shot. Nathan, are you that?
I have no idea.
Flat resource curve. Oh, right. Oh, you're talking about how does it compare to Magic? Very nice. Yeah, thanks for doing that in the chat there.
How does what, this?
I just explained to Mitch the difference between this and Magic.
They're notable.
Kecker, do you think we'll get more talentless Fab Heroes? I think so. Yep. I think we will.
Wouldn't be surprised. I was talking about this earlier. I am very interested to see what this third 2021 set is. Thinking back to Crucible and how much those cards actually matter in today's world, recognizing that we are probably going to get characters and equipment and weapons across the board.
Yeah, I think it'd make a huge impact. Has the potential to do that.
And it doesn't even have to be limited to what's been released this year either, right? It doesn't have to be the classes from this year. So like, I think they keep surprising us. So I think that's going to be surprising.
What I'm more interested in is Ashes expansions not getting delayed.
That would be nice. Yeah.
But that's a bad spot to be in because like there's literally nothing to be done. There's nothing to be done.
We sent a notice to League members. So if you're unfamiliar, we have a Wednesday night Discord League. People play over webcam. It's quarterly. We have
absolutely do that.
Promos.
Absolutely do that.
I'll pop one of those on the screen. We'll let Bryce be the chooser of that card.
What's a good example? Noah? Is Noah the one this time?
Yeah, Noah's one of them.
Beautiful cards. Beautiful cards.
Also, what's the water?
Aerodel?
Aerodel. Oh my god, it's one of my favorite looking alt arts yet in any game ever. That water coming straight at the viewpoint, super good. Yep. Anyways,
she looks kind of sad though.
What was I saying? I got lost in this card.
You're talking about the league. I think you're trying to get people to register.
No. I mean, you're welcome to do so.
And the prize delays. The prize
there it is.
Delays.
Even if you're not a part of the league, also, I've seen this happening. There's a lot of people hanging on Wednesday nights playing via webcam and other methods. And so it's a great time to hop on. It's a Friday night, and there's an Ashes Discord server as well. First 5 Fridays, that's a good time to get some games into if you're new. But like the prizes that for that were originally supposed to be here well before now. But found out that basically there's delays happening at the port of origin, like where it's being printed.
Yeah.
There's delays happening
port of receipt
at the port of receipt.
As well.
Yeah. And then there's delays happening getting that from there to Plaid Hat. I keep hitting the table. I need to stop. And then also from them to us. So
but I like the passion. I don't want the passion to go away.
Yeah. I don't know why it's all of a sudden a problem. I almost did it again.
Yeah, I moved your mic over here, but I don't think that would cause it necessarily.
Anyways, all that said, I am looking forward to a day when delays are something that we talk about, just the COVID-related stuff in the past, but then also like, in general on tabletop. That'd be cool. It's like, oh yeah, product release on time, consistently, and with enough supply. Dream achieved.
Dream achieved. Well, that was never happening before.
I'm just saying, yeah, like if we eventually get to that, it'll be like
we'll never get to that.
We have arrived.
That'll never happen.
So optimistic.
Maybe we will. Hey, maybe we will. You know what? I'll give you that. Maybe we will.
It's a man can dream.
Maybe we'll
That's
change everything.
That's what I would like to have happen, right?
Earthborn will lead the way.
Whatever it means.
We'll do all domestic manufacturing in the various countries of origin, and then we don't have to worry about port delays because there's no ports.
Blood's also doing it, right? They switched the U.S. to U.S. production.
Yeah.
Which I think helps. It goes a long way. But inevitably, when you have a manufacturer, a publisher who's printing it, getting it shipped to a distributor, getting shipped to thousands of retail stores, getting shipped to thousands of customers, there's a lot of places that goes wrong.
Yeah. What is it? What do they call that? I saw an article about it on ICB2, I think, of just-in-time, JIT?
Just-in-time manufacturing.
Just-in-time logistics or whatever.
I thought you were going to use the coupled versus decoupled systems.
No, but we should. We'll talk for ages about that.
Thank you.
Okay, let's see. We've got Echo. And let's see what the deck's trying to do. Let's zoom in here on this, huh? You guys can see everything? Yeah, that's about right. Okay. So we've got Summon Mirror Spirit. Let's make sure we see what Mirror Spirit's up to. We've got the Nightshade, and we've got the Lightbringer. Yeah. And we're on Echo, so we assume that we're going to be doing a lot of exhaustion. We know that some of the things you want to do is like Holy Night, Holy Relics. +2/+2 on this bad boy. That's a 5/5 right there. We like that. Just don't get hurt, right?
Well, it's hard to target.
Remove exhaustions from things.
Presumably those Holy Knights that can't be targeted.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I'm getting there. Place 1 exhaustion token on a target unit. Move 1 from a target unit to another unit. Remove 1 exhaustion token from a target unit. So we're going to remove some exhaustion and do some stuff there. Sympathy Pain, what are we looking at here? Play it after 1 or more on your Phoenixborn. Deal 2 damage to target unit or Phoenixborn. Okay, so we take some damage, we do some back. Sympathy Pain. The Nightshade seems to be the late game mill strategy. And you can place an exhaustion when it's destroyed. Okay, so this is just an exhaustion deck. Sonic Swordsman exhausts. Shatter Pulse.
Sounds fun.
Destroy a unit that you maybe didn't exhaust. Okay. Polarity Mage.
So you're just trying to light me out.
Search for an alteration, place it into your hand, or discard a target alteration spell attached to a unit. So let's see, the alterations that I can get. Holy Relics. Of course. Power Through. It's a good alteration spell there. Ooh, I love that spell. And I think that's it. So we're going to keep the relics coming, man. Yeah, so here's what we're going to do. We're going to lock down the board.
You have a link to that deck people are asking for.
Yeah.
You're locking down the board. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you.
You're fine. Honestly, link to that deck is going to be very difficult.
I got you. It's on the YouTube post. From
yeah, it's if you look at the YouTube comments.
Yeah,
and then I'll copy it over to our
account.
To our account, yeah. Okay, so I'm just going to assume that I'm starting with one of each of these summons. Now, that may be old thinking.
I don't think that's old thinking. I think that's accurate.
And so if we just want to math this out, we know we need something there. Our 2 hearts go to the Nightshade. Up front, we've got 1 there. And then we've got a basic somewhere. So let me just placehold that.
Nathan Hutner. I don't really love an exhaustion deck into Brennan, but it'll be interesting.
I think it's just going to be bad.
Is that true?
Well, sometimes you come up against Brennan in a tournament. What are you going to do, right?
That's what I'm wondering. Surely there's got to be a...
I'm just going to exhaust. What do you do? Yeah. Do you destroy units and stuff?
Side action, exhaust, spend a knife. Destroy a unit I control, deal 2 damage to a Phoenixborn.
Yeah, you might have to include like some heals in here just in case you come up against it.
Yeah, which you could because you're in the
I'm there.
Divine School of Magic.
Divine. Okay, and then I feel like just because it's kind of the point.
Even if that's what happens, that'll be good to see. So that if you are working on an exhaustion deck, like, this is real.
It's real.
You just never know what you're going to run into.
2 dice are floating. So my guess is you probably either pull in a Chaos Gravity for 2 or a Flute Mage for 2.
Oh, opening hand? Yeah, definitely.
Or Holy Relics.
So dependent on your opponent, right? So, like...
What are Brennan's good, like, removal tools? Is it Fester, mainly?
Fester is really good.
See, I feel like Heal is good against that, too.
There's Fester. Let's look. I mean, they have a lot of direct damage options, right? That's really, I mean, I think it's just Fester and direct damage. The ability to hit something for 2 or 3.
And then, do I have to spin to use Echo? I don't. So good.
Nathan says, I agree. This is real life. Burn players are everywhere. Makes sense.
Yeah.
Burn is one of the primary archetypes of tabletop card games, really.
I'm gonna go against my better judgment here. Let's start with relics.
Which one's Chaos Gravity? Remove
and fall into the trap here. Oh, I can't start with relics. I don't have enough little angels. So that's a hint that I'm not supposed to do that. What the hint actually means is you're supposed to take Chaos Gravity, you fool.
Can you read that to me?
No.
I know it's really good.
It's not important.
You exhaust something temporarily, right?
Chaos Gravity? No. Place 1 exhaustion token on a target unit. Move 1 exhaustion token from a target unit to another unit controlled by the same player. Remove 1 exhaustion token from a target unit.
So good.
Yeah.
That's so good.
And then Echo is side action. Place 1 exhaustion on a target unit at the end of the turn. Remove it.
There's the temporary exhaustion.
So that's a temporary guy.
Yeah, but if they don't have an exhaustion at the end of the round, there's nothing to remove.
Well, yeah, that's right.
Like if you use his ability and then you use that card to move it around.
It says remove that same exhaustion token. So if it's gone...
If it's on another unit, I assume you're not tracking the location of that token.
I don't think so.
GPS on the token.
That's a good question, though. It says at the end of the turn, remove that same exhaustion token.
I assume it would only be the same if it's on the same unit.
Yeah. Because it's not like the same. I'm not giving you my exhaustion token. Yeah. I'm removing it from me.
That's exhaustion token 3A, you know? Okay. Don't forget that. All right. Ready to have a good old Ashes time?
Oh, man. I always am. It's always enjoyable. This one may be very much not
Oxfordor says, yes, you track it. Are you serious?
No.
That's crazy.
No way.
But if you remove it, you know, it doesn't matter. It's going to go away anyway.
How'd you do?
3 basics.
Is it too bright? No, that's about right.
I guess I can show this. How many did you roll?
My hand looks a little zombie-like, you know? Because of the light. How many did I roll? I have 2 basics.
I have 3. I get choice.
What a clever game.
I'm gonna let you go first, homie.
I feel like we're too bright. Are we too bright? This white is like
white
popping.
I don't know, man.
Let's crush it down one.
You're the color theorist.
I put it on my business card. Better or worse? Somebody tell me.
Someone, please.
What's up, Alex? Yeah, dude, just haunting damage discussions.
Steven, literally first thing today, walks in the office. I'm in my office right over there. He says, hey, I'm going to write on your whiteboard. You don't need to pay attention. I thought it was going to be work related, of course.
You know what? Oh, yeah, dog. Thank you.
Oh, my goodness.
Man, oh my gosh, I'd forgotten about
Cocktail Wednesday.
Yeah, that makes this awesome.
Yeah, we're working on what we call 3.0 of our local store.
Zach, give us an update. Give the people an update.
And man,
what do you want to tell them?
We are working hard. So here's the. I'm gonna give you the God's honest truth.
That's why we're here, man. These I don't care about anything.
Because I'm sure everyone watching it are the Tulsa people that really care.
You know, it's a good story. This. Document, don't present or whatever.
Don't create. You know, Gary Vee slogan. It's fine. We're doing a whole bunch of document here. It's a stream.
Yeah.
We're documenting. We're not producing, you know.
Kids can watch your whole life.
So put an offer on a piece of land. Offer accepted. But there's some things about the land that we need to get approval by the old city, now state, and also the electric and utility companies.
Like, for instance, it is a burial ground.
That would be a bad place to buy because you can't build on that, you know?
It's not that.
Anyways, it's not that. But working through those things, have some good updates, some negative updates, and we'll see. And there's a timeline on all that. But assuming that all goes through, then we're going to be marching towards this finish line, actually building, like sprinting. So, you know, little this, little that.
Like building.
How did we even get on? Oh, you know what I'm excited about once we do open, though? Being able to host events like the one we went to this weekend.
Yep.
Picturing another Ashes Weekend 2.
2.0.
Sequel.
Or we maybe call it 3.0.
Or Ashes Weekend TOO 2.
2. Yeah, there you go. Hey, you're a marketing genius.
Yeah, I know. I got that from the Dumb and Dumber sequel.
Yeah.
Dumb and Dumber 2.
You know, good marketers steal.
Anyways, that's right. There.
The old saying.
Good marketers steal. Great good marketers borrow. Great marketers steal. That was the store update. How did we get? Oh, I was like, why? I'm losing my.
Ooh, that is just phenomenal.
I'm losing my mind today.
What is this drink?
I haven't had it yet, so I can't tell you. You know,
because I would know. That's got Aperol in it.
It looks orange.
It's got to be the church. It's always the church whenever I make that reaction.
The church? Is that on our menu?
I don't know. If it is, oh my gosh.
My wife will be pleased.
I feel like it has to be. It's like the most fastidious. Like you need like 7 dumb ingredients to make it, but it delivers.
As part of 3.0, we are going to have cocktails, though, or that's the intent. So our ops team has been graciously honing their skills and then providing us with delicious drinks.
That's right. We're gonna make
Steve
bartenders.
and I, of course, volunteered to be the taste testers for all this stuff, but it's a tough job. Someone must.
You're gonna create bartenders from raw clay.
And I'll tell you this: the cocktails that are being served to us on Wednesdays are better than any cocktails I've had out.
Yep.
There's some, like there was this rooftop bar in Chicago.
That Sazerac I had at Vegas was incredible.
Yeah, and there are definitely some, but they're usually like they have a spin on the thing. We're just rugged fundamentals,
dude.
Here,
straight lines, man.
Yeah,
straight lines. No curves here. No, sir.
Matthew Schreiner says next Marvel event I'm making the trip from Massachusetts.
All right, bring it on. I would love to do a Marvel event.
That's right. I think the first 6 months of us being open are going to be some. We're going to give people plenty of reasons to want to visit.
Just events.
Just loaded.
Yeah. Are you ready?
I'm allowing you to go first.
All right.
As your good friend.
Well, thanks.
I'm offering that up to you.
Okay. Let's make sure I understand what
I will say mechanically, the person who rolls the worst getting that choice is really nice.
Yeah. Okay. I'm with it. And then... Okay. And then this happens. Oh, wow. Nothing. You know what? While we're here, I think we should just go ahead and do it. I'm gonna put a Holy Knight out.
Hold on. My first 5's weird.
Well, now that I'm playing Holy Knight,
I mean, I handed you your deck, Hold on.
And I need a basic. I guess I'll do a basic music note there.
Let me work my math out real quick. Don't know if that's in my opening hand.
Music note. Basic. Yeah, we're good. One angel. Yeah.
Yeah, this was the problem, dude.
All right, Holy Knight's on the board.
There it is. Don't worry about this.
Is that your game plan?
No.
This burn deck's gonna be awful.
No.
Awful.
No.
No. So I feel like I'm gonna have to play fast because I don't have time.
What if I'm not actually? Maybe I'm a tricky Brennan. It's like I'd make you think I'm gonna burn you,
and
then I just play none of the tools in the colors that I'm playing.
That could be possible.
All right, Holy Knight, putting the pressure on. That's what you're saying.
That's right.
I always love when I'm playing against someone who doesn't have any nature dice. Seriously. 1, 2.
1,
2. And I need 1, 2.
I don't think that's a church. That's a church.
All right. I'm gonna play.
Take me to church. I worship right now.
Hammer Knight.
You see how much better this looks?
What do you mean?
Just that everything's in the same orientation.
Oh, yeah, that's cool. You know what make you feel better? Let's just do this.
Yeah, it is cool, isn't it? Yeah, it is cool.
Just slightly.
Hey, that's the answer to this thing.
And then I can do this, One of those.
Yeah, you just do it all.
I have this one's upside down, I just noticed. Yeah, but you have the Holy Relics, right? To get the extra attack.
No, I wasn't able to play those.
That's the answer to this thing.
Okay.
Are those promo kits available yet? They have the Aldart Hammer Knights. I need to make sure I buy that. I want more copies of Hammer Knight, and I particularly want those copies of Hammer Knight. Is it a church? It kind of looks like a church.
It looks like a church. It is like a church.
If it looks, I will also say that we have recently, at least stage 1 finalized the menu. Finalized it to really practice it and hone on it on the cocktails. So I would be surprised if they're serving us anything that isn't planned to be on that menu at this point.
Yeah.
So if it is
Me
a
too, unless they're trying to get rid of the experimental booze.
I think we're finding other fun ways to do that.
Okay. Done. What drink is this? Fitzgerald. Is it a Fitz?
Fitzgerald.
Man, it tastes like a church. It's delicious. You sure they don't have Aperol in it?
Yeah, that's not a church. That's got a little more, it's like a boozier front end.
It's fantastic.
It's really good.
Yeah, anything being compared to a church is like a high compliment. I'm going to play a Summon Nightshade Swallow.
I feel like I got a large helping.
It's a serving.
Nightshade. Hold on. It's cost you 2 hearts. Any side actions? Like changing that other one to a heart?
Yeah, let's do it.
You may choose a target player to discard one. If you have fewer dice. Oh.
It's not focused.
Yeah, but I'm just preparing for that.
Yeah, it might get there.
Hey. Ay. That's a crazy.
What's up, Zach Tissinger said,
there you go.
What game is this? The cards look so awesome. Yeah, welcome to the club. It's a game called Ashes Reborn. You should absolutely check it out. Originally came out in 2015, had a run for a few years, was essentially the casualty of Plaid Hat Games getting bought by Z-Man Games and then by Asmodee.
Oh, nice. Look, the Reborn packaging showed up. That's cool.
That's cool. Good job, Stream Crew there. And then we brought it back with the help of Plaid Hat, of course. Plaid Hat brought it back with the help of us.
Yeah, that's good.
And you can find it on our website. You can find it on their website. You can buy it. You can play it. We've got an online league every week.
Wednesday
nights. You can stop by our Discord and play webcam games of it. There's some online games being done over Discord over Gen Con weekend.
Rodney over
Shuffle Bus got a tournament.
Did a really good how to play.
Rodney's got a great watch it played on.
That's a great place to start. If you are still interested at that point, I would recommend heading to our Discord channel. We have an Ashes channel in there. The community there is fantastic. You have questions about what to buy, how to play, rules questions, how to build a deck, post your deck, get some feedback. It's a great place to do that.
That's right.
Fallen Angel, what's a church? I've never had that before. So if you just search church cocktail, I think it comes up
probably.
Pretty quickly.
It's like Aperol. I just know it's Aperol.
I'll say my wife is very picky and doesn't like many cocktails, and that's like her
things
favorite. Food and drink in general she's very picky about.
Yep.
She likes French 75s and she likes churches.
That's not a terrible pocket to be in.
Yeah, classy. You played that?
Yep.
You meditated?
I did.
Up to Snakesville. Gotta be careful. You could also play the Golden Veil. Once I see that snake.
Now you see the snake, I could Golden Veil. I could also just -1 your Hammer Knight so you can't kill my Holy Knight. There's so much play in this game. Oh. You wouldn't believe it.
Make your head spin.
Make your head spin.
All right, let's play as a side action my Chant of Revenge, just in case you do anything to that Hammer Knight. Then as my main action, I'm gonna play Summon Salamander Monk. I love that monk.
The monkeys.
That's funny.
Yeah.
Fallen Angel says it started about a month ago, and now I only need the Breaker of Fate. But it's hard to find over here in the UK.
Yeah, I don't doubt that at all.
Speaking of the UK, other things I shouldn't say. We are so close, at least to our initial tests, of actually using the system to offer domestic fulfillment in the UK. We're starting with a couple of our component lines. I think the one's compatible with Marvel and Arkham. But then assuming that goes swimmingly, the hope is that at some point we'll be able to offer a subscription in the UK for things like Ashes. So we'll definitely be mentioning that a lot when it happens, if it happens.
We're going to summon the old Nightshade. Nightshade Swallow there.
All right, so when that's destroyed, you get to exhaust something.
That's right.
So if you destroyed it, you could exhaust my Hammer Knight proactively.
That's right. Yeah. That's the idea there.
Okay, cool. Use it or lose it.
Use it or lose it, buddy.
So that's interesting. I don't even know what destruction spells you have out of those colors. I need to learn so much.
It's not important.
All right, let's meditate.
Okay.
Go on Goatsville. Let's go ahead and go Goats again. It's one way to get allies over in the Discord pile.
I see you're running good cards there.
To use...
Was Black Hat Ninja like 1 to everything or something?
No. When this unit is declared as an attacker, you can choose a target opponent to exhaust. Place 1 exhaustion token on an unexhausted or ready spell of their choice that they control.
Okay.
It's the Fire Archer.
I guess I need to.
That does 1 to your Phoenix Form when it comes into play.
Right on.
But he basically, if he attacks and you have any unexhausted spells, you have to exhaust something.
I get it. So, like, you just do damage directly to the Phoenix Form without having to actually attack the Phoenix Form. Oh. Yeah. So if you do that 19 times, then I would just lose.
That is
without you ever having to actually play the game. I get it.
Now,
okay.
that said, there's only so many in a 30 card deck. I don't know that there's even 20 damage of direct damage. Unless I could recur the allies, I guess, and stuff.
So we've got 9 just on Molten Gold.
Yeah. There's not that much more just direct Phoenix Born stuff.
What's Chain of Revenge say?
After an ally controls destroyed, I play status token here. I can remove a status token to deal damage to a token.
Okay, interesting. Okay, cool. Repeatable. So that would also be one of those.
Yeah, you might be able to imagine other cards that would do the same effect, But that's neither here nor there. So
but you are making a very convincing case. It does sound difficult. What is Brennan's ability?
Destroy one of my units to do 2 damage.
Oh, direct to the Phoenix Form.
Yeah.
Right on.
Yeah, but I only have so many units, right? It's a thing.
I hate burn.
I can feel the vitriol.
I hate burn so much.
See, this is an interesting choice. I can attack your Holy Knight.
Mm-hmm.
You probably block with your Phoenix Form.
No, I never dreamed of that.
Or I can just build my board. The thing I'm nervous about is you find a way to destroy this to exhaust this without me getting to use it.
Yeah, you should be nervous.
I feel like your deck would have that built in, but you're not running Ceremonial or Nature, which are usually the ways that you can take something off the board.
Yeah, true. True.
Yeah. You can also swing. I don't know.
You probably block with Brendan on that one.
Yeah, but it's unexhaustible. So this is an exhaustive block. I would block and you would exhaust me though. Yeah,
so basically, we'd get there.
I'm a genius. You ever think that?
You are on the next level with this one, man.
So I think this is what I will do instead. Actually, I'm just
work through that puzzle real quick.
Big brain time. Let's summon a Salamander Monk. I need a body.
There it is.
That I don't care about.
Let's go.
There he is. I love that Salamander Monk actually, but he's good at dying.
The Nightshade spell is actually it's difficult to kill.
Just for you, I appreciate that. I offering to be our test dummy in the UK. Luckily, I know some people there.
There's plenty of dummies in the UK,
so we're working that out.
Okay. Next step. Okay. Okay. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm just gonna get it over with, man.
Gonna hit the first domino. This drink is tasty. It's getting tastier as it goes.
Yeah. Steady as she goes. Okay. So
I always play this game. There's always time between games I play with this, just enough for me to forget how much. It's crazy how deep this game is.
I know. I'm gonna summon a Lightbringer.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'll.
Yeah, that's eventually gonna be a problem. You're gonna play summon Lightbringer thing.
Play summon Lightbringer. That's right. And then I'll pass my turn. Take care, Mitch.
You ever start feeling like
if you got this on the menu, you don't need the church. That satisfies.
It is.
It's in the right vein. I cannot believe it's so citrusy.
As someone who's used to, taste testing churches for other people, name them out. It is more boozy and less citrusy than the church. The church is so smooth. You have to like alcohol.
Let me taste yours. You don't have COVID or anything, do you?
We just.
We've been kissing all weekend.
Yeah,
so.
yeah. We just traveled together, so then he mouths my lemon.
Go ahead and just transfer that to me.
Yeah.
Yours is a little boozier than me.
Okay. That might be why I'm saying
Do you want to try this one?
Yeah, sure. With your mouth lemon in me. I'm drinking after you, so it doesn't matter. It is boozier.
Yeah. Whoever made mine has high marks.
I mean, it depends on the intent.
Whoever made yours is fired.
Well, Aaron, it's nice knowing you. Polynesius is very European. All right. Is it my turn?
It's yours. I played summon and pass.
Mm-hmm. Well, let's keep seeing where this takes us. Mm-hmm. Let's play a Frostbite.
That's right.
Repeatable direct damage. Let's go.
All right. Summon Lightbringer. Your next main action, you gotta attack.
Mm-hmm. Well, Salamander Monk's gonna swing at Echo.
Take one.
And then side action.
Very European.
Let's go ahead and use Brennan's ability.
Right on. Take 2.
I'm going to sacrifice this monk and do 2 to you. And that is going to create Monk Spirit.
Don't you know?
Look at my giant conjuration pile. Don't worry about it. Our Kluka want to become famous?
I do.
Very quick way to want to become banned.
Lightbringer on Salamander Monk. Spirit. What's up, Monks Gaming Battlefield? Just in time for all the monks to hit the board. It's like he was summoned.
I'll counter.
Okay.
And then I'll react.
What do you got?
Summon Sleeping Widows.
Ooh.
It's a party. I thought we needed some spiders. Actually, you know what? It's crazy. So we just got through traveling. Weird time zone difference, sleep schedule stuff, right?
Mm-hmm.
So last night, I can't go to sleep. Because I'm 2 hours behind. It's like I can't go to bed at 10:30. It's like 8:30 in my brain.
Yeah.
I'm finally about to fall asleep. My wife walks in the bedroom and like almost screams.
Oh.
Like,
is that a normal thing for you?
No. What? Okay. It's like, what is going on? There was a spider.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, that's pretty standard at this point, is there not?
Deal with it. Standard what?
Like, if they're screaming in the house, it's probably spider related?
Yes. Yeah. And then if I'm in the house and don't hear it immediately, and I'm like late to that party, frustration exists. And not for me.
Screaming plus frustration.
It's like, if I'm screaming, you need to be helping me.
Yeah. Well, that is technically, that's a good system. Your wife's screaming, you should probably be there.
But sometimes you're in your office with the door closed and music on.
Yeah. And sometimes you're building a Flesh and Blood deck, and it's like, well,
that's usually
surely it can wait.
Or doing test runs, you know?
She's probably not dying, right? She's probably not dying.
Fallen says, or a murder.
Yeah, right. It's your play. You reacted with that Widows there.
Interesting. 2 cards now?
2.
4 dice left.
4 dice.
It's an interesting game we're playing here.
Birds v spiders.
So I'm going to use this Frostbite.
Okay.
Traditionally, I would use this to do 1 damage to your Phoenix Form, but I'm not. Oh, I can't target that thing, right? Hold on.
Not the knight. Target the swallow, though.
If you don't want that. So, I wanted to get the knight down to 2 health so that later I could swing at it with a
it's
spider.
Expressly there so that you cannot do that.
Yeah. I forgot this is a spell. In my head, the spells are the instants,
You could wing a frog into it. That's a dice power. It's not a spell.
Don't want that. I'd have to meditate for that. It's too much work.
Is chant just allies, right? So destroying the monk doesn't trigger it.
Right.
Right. Yeah. That's why Christian. It's just allies. Like conjurations.
Yeah, it's not units.
Are not allies, sadly. For Zach. Just a little, you know, the birds in this game really just bring so much. Bless that art.
Gotta be careful here. Gotta be real careful.
No false moves here.
I will just do a damage to Phoenix for him.
You got it. It's a safe option.
Yeah.
Luckily, there's only a few of those cards in the game.
Says with a straight face. Be a shame if someone could build a whole deck around that idea.
It would be something.
Yeah. All right, I'm gonna take your advice.
Okay.
So they're seeable.
Some seeable cards.
The Knights who say see.
Well, we do have something interesting going on here, don't we?
You know Pirate's favorite letter in the alphabet. Joke keeps on giving.
Yeah, that's a good joke. So let's go. Holy Knight is going to be doing the attacking here for sure.
Okay.
And Holy Knight is going to attack one of your Sleeping Widows here.
Right?
Sure, yeah.
Uh-huh. All right. Sleeping Widow will simply counter.
Simply
the best.
It's kind of like a face.
Oh. Good times. Over to me?
Mm-hmm.
All right. Well. Let's meditate. And then I need to swing.
You don't have to, you know.
But I'm gonna. You know?
I do.
I'm gonna. You got 4 dice left.
I got so many dice. I got dice in different area codes, man.
It's terrifying, honestly. I don't even know. Let's swing at the Knight with the Sleeping Widow.
Swing at the Knight. The Sleeping Widow.
This game is deceptively dense. Put that in the box.
I'll echo it.
Mm-hmm.
Echo. I'm at 4. I'm gonna go to 6.
If you don't mind, take 2. Call me in the morning.
I will. Got a third of the way there to just instant death. So that's interesting.
It's a 3-turn game.
Mm-hmm.
What up, Monk? Hope you're doing well, man.
You know, the problem is, like, well, there's a lot of problems. A lot of problems.
Yeah. You try to create those for your opponent.
A lot of problems here. That frog is a problem, see?
That frog is a problem. Yeah.
That frog needs therapy.
I just told you I wasn't going to meditate, and here I am.
Just meditating.
I thought we understood each other.
There he is, just meditating.
Yeah. Well, now you presented me a spicy target.
All right, let's play Chaos.
There it is.
Oh, I got to meditate first. No, I don't. One of these guys.
That old thing. That's what you were up to. Smart.
Yeah, I was technically up to that.
That's very smart if I don't have that frog sitting there.
Oh, it's great if you don't have the frog.
Painfully smart.
Frog's a problem. All right, we're going to follow the instructions. Place one exhaustion token on a target unit. It's going to be this one.
Do well, Monk. Glad
move one exhaustion token from a target unit to another unit controlled by the same player. That's a good question.
You put one here from it?
Mm-hmm. I've done the one so far. It's like I can move this here and then remove it. So that clears me out and you frog me.
You can also like move it here and remove yours, right?
That's the other option that we're looking at. Because then you side action frog, swing with Widow.
I mean, you could also... Oh, it's your main action.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because I don't really feel like unexhausting a Holy Knight for no reason. Like getting a double exhaust on your Hammer Knight here is actually going to pay a lot bigger dividends for me as a big unit against this deck. Yeah. And then you swing with the Widow, I block with the Swallow, put a third exhaustion on your Hammer Knight.
Bad news beats for me.
Yeah. I do think that's the best play here. So we'll move that there, and then we'll remove this.
All right.
Send it back.
Over to me, eh?
Send it back, that old New York rap.
Well, bring side it action, back. Holy Knight.
That old New York rap. Bring it back. Bring it back.
And then...
That freaking frog, man.
I think the best thing for me to do is pass my main action. I do like double exhausting the Hammer Knight.
Yeah, right?
Strictly.
It's got to be right.
Good beats.
And Brenna hasn't blocked yet, eh?
That's why passing was right.
Mm-hmm. Simply the best.
Because removing that is not worth this being triple exhausted and this being off the table.
Can't help but agree.
The man's got a point. That Swallow is going to be a problem, though.
All right, let's play a Summon Mirror Spirit here.
You don't pay for it yet, right?
I will, though.
Eventually.
Pass to you.
Pass.
Okay. Man, Brenna being up is an issue. That's a really good issue. That's a great question. There's something good to do here. Yeah. I still... I mean, I bring that in. You Widow it. It's horrible. So, actually... I mean, it's burned, so like this is a bad decision for me. But in terms of maximizing the damage, yeah. I'm going to swing there.
Block it?
You got
it. So then I have to decide, do I want 2 damage or to take out a Mirror Spirit? Which, if I do nothing, you're not even going to play the Mirror Spirit.
I might.
Just force the issue. Why not? It's fair.
Yeah. Just trade a Widow for some damage.
But I'll take 2. Swing for 2.
You got me.
Actually, you know what? This is a good time to get rid of that Swallow.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah, do what you want to do.
Because if I get rid of it later, it's just going to be an exhaustion.
Yeah,
so yeah, let's swing it to swallow.
There you go.
Let's clear it. It's exhausted, right?
What?
You're good.
And then I'll exhaust something.
That's what I was saying. It's exhausted, so it doesn't have that ability.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it's dead. Or it's unexhausted there.
That's why I chose this time to remove it. But that does get you a Mirror Spirit out.
Side action here, it's going to remove, so it won't much matter. But it will matter for this ability. It's going to come out with 4 status tokens for 4 exhaustion. So it's a 4 damage attack there.
That'd be... Wow. You did good.
I got 4 in. 4 to 6. Then I'll pass. This is good.
Okay, I'll pass.
I'm going to do 4 to Phoenix Born.
Okay. Nice. That was a good exchange.
Hey, at least I can block Hammer Knight. That's worth something.
Yep. End of round?
End of round. That's right. Remove exhaustion.
I like that.
Turned out better than it had any right to turn out.
Yeah, it felt like it was going to be way worse than that. And then it wasn't. So that's something.
You may be squirrely, but I'm just fundies, man.
Man, and I rolled more
straight line.
More basics than I've ever rolled in my entire life there. It's cool. I
like how some of them are sideways. That's my favorite part of it, really.
I'm sure.
Yeah.
Well, I'm going to spend them all, so... I sure would like to get rid of that unit.
I can't imagine why.
Yeah. He's a beefer. Alright, well, sometimes you just gotta do what you gotta do. Action, we'll choke. 1 damage to target Phoenix Born and exhaust it.
Exhaust the Phoenix Born?
No.
Man.
Yeah, place exhaust token on an unexhausted. It only works when you're unexhausted.
Oh, well.
And do a damage. Yeah. And then side action, let's meditate.
But I ran this Phoenix Born to use the ability.
Let's go 1, 2, 3. Did you?
Yeah.
Well, I'm here to say no.
Well, that's fun, you know. That's fun.
And then let's go 1 more here. And why not? Let's just keep digging. 2 more. Oh no, there goes my other frostbite.
Wow. Well, it's a goat party here. Mm-hmm. What's that about? 5 goats?
What sound does a goat make?
Why would you need 5 goats? 5 goats, a horse, and 2 frogs walk into a bar.
How many leave? Who knows? But it was a good time.
3 of them get on a boat. You got to get the tiger across. You remember that? The
what
tiger?
Time does the boat arrive?
There's some tigers. You got to get on there.
I don't remember that at all. What is that?
There's an old proverb. There's a tiger and something, and you're on a boat, and you got to. How do you get them all across without them meeting each other? It's like an old puzzle.
Old school.
Yeah. Man, that show is just awful. That's really just... I prefer you to have not done that.
It'd be a shame if that Phoenix Born got exhausted. The old force choke. Got him.
Okay, all right. We've got options here. Here's some things I'd like to do. One of them is not lose my Mirror Spirit quite yet.
I sure would like to help you with that by removing it.
Let's summon the Lightbringer here. When in doubt, restrict their main actions.
Yeah, Lightbringer's so good. I played it for the first time last time we played. It's like, why do you exist?
Battlefield control, man. Bring it on. You got to attack for your main action there, and then I'm going to Side action, do a little meditate up to a dad.
All right. Mine. Side action, Fraggle Lightbringer. Then
I may have an action there.
Okay.
Let me just think for a second.
Not in a rush. I've got a delicious cocktail. I've got a ton of friends to hang out with. I'm just here for the good time. How's everyone doing out there?
I'm just here so I don't get fined.
I'm just here so I don't get fined. Who else playing in the Ashes League tonight? And who else showing up anyway? Even if you aren't in the league officially. I had to miss the first 2 weeks of the league. 2 of my 4 absences done. Because we were traveling.
Garbage. Yeah, so I'm going to Shatter Pulse here.
What's that say?
Well, it's not important. It says, after a unit you control is destroyed, destroy a target unit. You may change 2 dice in a target player's active pool to a side of your choice. And it's interesting, really.
If you destroy my Sleeping Widow, do I just have to pass my action?
I think it's if you can.
You can? Okay.
Yeah,
open that option right back up.
It comes when choosing a man, that opponent must choose if they control any units that can be declared. So let's kill your Hammer Knight. We'll give you that Chant of Revenge there.
Oh, yeah. Bonus damage.
And then we'll turn a Frog to a basic and a Goat to a basic.
Frog.
Although part of me wants to change that horse down there because, like, I don't know what you're doing with a horse, but it seems important. There's one of them.
Well, I'm going to be honest. It's the Salamander monk. You may as well go to a horse.
Yeah, right.
But I have 1 die and 1 thing on the pool, so it's probably not much else.
Right. Salamander monk. Okay.
Can I react to your react?
I think it's 1 reaction per what?
Per player or per...
I don't know.
I think you get 1.
I don't know.
Hold on.
Like a unit being destroyed and then you react to a unit being destroyed? You can probably do that. Somebody out there knows, yeah. King of Anonana says, yeah. So you can do it.
Yeah, I like this a lot. I'll react with the Summon Sleeping Widows. Could get better. Could get worse.
It's a good spell, man. That's a classic spell.
Now we got 3 spiders.
Well, if it were me, I'd be doing 6.
Serena would be on the wall. Swinging for 6.
Yeah. I'm going to think of a winning maneuver here.
1 reaction per player per turn. That's a good limit.
Yeah. Yeah.
Uh-oh. No, can't. I think he's messing with us. Says, never mind, you can't. I don't like spiders, so we can't learn ruling.
I'm taking 6, man. There's no way around it.
Yeah.
The math is too bad. Okay, well, we've got to be able to think harder. What does the horsey power do?
Draw a card. Put a card on the top and bottom of your deck, or not.
So draw a card.
Yeah.
Right.
I mean, you might want something on the bottom of your deck for, like, late game storage or something. But yeah, draw a card. Jay Bradley, nothing like Xmas spiders. That's right, they're delivering gifts. I actually am, like, fascinated by spiders.
You know scorpions are technically spiders? I tell you that the other day?
You were telling me that the other day. I've always been fascinated by scorpions, too, so that checks out.
Yeah.
Turns out. I guess I should have liked Doc Ock more.
You definitely should have.
He's just kind of derpy sometimes.
He's a little derpy. Yeah. Okay, let's not mess around here, right? Let's actually plan out the turn and think through things. See, I'm not going to be able to do that. So let's go power through on this thing.
Mm-hmm.
+1 if it destroys unit. Swing for 5 at your Phoenix Born.
I'll take 5. Call you in the morning.
That's right.
He's not answering.
Side action. Let's take a look here. Side action, we're gonna go up on the divine there. Lion.
All right. Burn's crazy. Still like it. I think the deck's still fine. I'm gonna play.
You probably don't have Molten Gold in there, do you?
No.
Yeah. Okay.
Fire Archer.
Right on.
Do 1 to your Phoenix Form, of course.
Okay.
Then side action. Let's meditate back. You're burning me out though. There and let's get a frog on tap.
Frog on tap.
Over to you.
Let's get the All Nightshade out there. About sums her up. About wraps her right up.
Every once in a while. Yeah, let's meditate.
Just dunk them all, would you?
Yeah.
Just get it over with.
Then we'll frostbite you for 1 damage to your Phoenix Form. I'll just help you clean up your health total. You can switch to 5.
Yeah. Now, if you have Molten Gold here, that could be a real problem.
It's just 2 frogs.
Yeah, okay.
I only have 1 left, so...
Good.
You know.
Let's play...
It could be a real
another Summon Lightbringer there.
Ooh, the Alt Art Edition.
Yeah. That's the special one.
Lightbringer. That's a problem. Okay, you'll make me do it. I'll swing at Echo with the Fire Archer.
Swing at Echo with the Fire Archer.
Mm-hmm.
And I'll block and counter there.
All right. I do 1 to you, you do 1 to me.
Mm-hmm.
Final Cry. 2 damage to your Phoenix Form.
After something's destroyed there.
Yeah. He went out scream.
Well, I mean, the good thing is there's only a few of those direct damage cards. I mean, that makes it. I feel like okay.
It's crazy, dude.
That makes it.
This is actually a crazy brick wall because I have this 2 on tap too.
No, it makes it okay though.
So like, park on, dude, and 1 here. Like, we're just not even trying yet.
Yeah, but there's only a few of those effects in the game.
Oh my god.
So
what is burn really bad against in this game? I genuinely need to know.
It's gotta be like rushy stuff, or maybe Healy stuff. Is there Healy stuff?
I mean, you know, I've got a turn left. Turn a couple cards.
Yeah.
To pull this off.
It would have to be like a heal on tap situation, though. I mean, you just do 2 next turn, right?
I mean, I do 2 this turn.
Yeah, so that would kill me. Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. And I got 1 here. I got 3 on tap without even thinking about it.
But at least there's not a lot of those burn effects, like you were talking about earlier.
There's enough.
Hardly even 20 damage worth, I would say.
I just want to see 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 3 Molten Gold left somehow. 18. Then spells and the ability.
So I would say that's probably enough.
It is enough, yeah.
Probably enough to kill most Phoenix.
But that's so. I mean, 2 turns is crazy.
Yeah. Yeah.
And like I
think it's the deck to beat, probably.
I didn't swing against you.
No. It doesn't play the game as much. Is my problem with it. You know, that's usually what I'm.
Is healing enough? King of Odinata is saying Manly Snake plus Hypnotize.
3 heals probably wouldn't do anything here.
I mean, technically, so like if we work this out, I have 1 extra damage this turn showing. I can summon this Salamander Monk.
Yeah.
So then, like, if you were 3 up, I draw into a hand. I'm at like my last hand, and I'm on my dice that I'm on basically, and I'm starting having to meditate stuff off.
Mm-hmm.
Shovel Bus saying Brendan Byrne typically wins top of turn 3 when they win.
Mm-hmm.
How do you stop that? Genuinely curious.
Well, I don't think exhaustion stops it.
No, because you're just exhausting things that don't matter.
But you don't want exhaustion to just auto lose to burn. But there's no sideboarding, right?
Just first 5 in.
So...
Shovel Bus saying Law of Grace and Law of Healing slow it down substantially. Prevents 1 every time.
Probably have to put 1 in for first 5 and then 3 heals.
Just to burn.
3 heals are not bad in this deck anyway, just to protect your Holy Knights. Are they immune to opponent spells? Is that right?
Which ones?
Yeah, Holy Knights.
Yeah.
So I think, let's see, if it were me, what would I do?
Yeah, because I feel like this is going to exist.
This is like their baseline situation here. I liked everything that was happening.
Also, for anyone watching that's confused, I side action, destroy one of these, and do 2 damage, and then win the game. After whatever Steven does. As long as it's not healing.
And Shovel was saying it doesn't typically even play to the board.
No units?
Don't like that. What? That's it. Now that's interesting. How does that work? Is it just reactions?
Direct burn, but how do you not just die to whatever they're doing? Shovel was saying cold wreck most of my plan.
Those tiny units? Kind of. I think so. I think that should be probably 2 heals and maybe a lot. What does the Law of Healing do? I'll look them up.
One of them, I think, prevents the first damage you take from everything.
Law of...
But I might be wrong on that.
Healing. And like Law of Grace. I think that's the Law of Grace. Law of Healing, Ashes. Okay. Let's take a look. What Ashes.live is the...
Yeah. King of Odinata saying Vanquish counters being targeted by burn. Vanquish? Is that a card?
Law of... Okay, let's take a look. Law... Oh, no, I don't want to... No, I don't want to browse decks. I want to browse cards. There we go. Law of... Okay. Law of Grace. Remove 1 wound from your Phoenixborn. After any Phoenixborn is dealt damage by a spell, prevent 1 damage from being received. So it prevents damage from your spells. So it wouldn't stop Brennan. It would stop Frostbite. It would stop Chant of Revenge. It wouldn't stop Fire Archer. That's ability. So it would stop that. And ability, yeah. So it would stop all of that. Law of Grace seems to be important. And then...
And that basically buys you a turn of that?
Yeah, like 1 turn where you kind of get to maneuver. And then there's no Law of Healing, but there's just heal.
Someone said Vanish, not Vanquish.
Banish? Okay, Vanish. Let's look at that.
Vanish. You may play a spell after an opponent targets you or your Phoenixborn with a spell, but your dice bar cancel it and remaining effects of the ability, etc., etc.
Yeah, so just cancel a spell.
Yeah, 1 wolf for cancel.
I think the law is right.
Yeah, so you maybe run 2 copies and first 5 1 against a burn deck.
Yeah, you might do 2, and then maybe heals. I'm always not convinced on Power Through. I want to like it so much. You gotta have it because you Power Through Holy Knight into a 4. I mean that's fair, especially with Sonic Swordsman. Yeah, okay, I get you. Got Lightbringer out of there. Sympathy Pain.
Shovel Bus saying you could loop the Law with Essence Druid.
How much Essence Druid cost? Isn't that weird one?
I love the art on Essence Druid.
Yeah, it's a strange card, right? Maybe this is the time.
Essence Druid.
What are the dice on that?
When this unit comes into play, search your discard pile for a ready spell and place it into your hand. Tame 2. When this unit is in battle, the attack value of units in battle with it is reduced by 2. It's a 2/4/2, and it's literally Horse Heart Basic.
Horse Heart Basic. Clovers and Blue Moons.
That's a great way to keep getting that Law back against burn.
Yeah, it's really good.
You play 1 of the Law and you open with it, and then you run like 2 copies of this in your deck.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like you're probably 2 of the 3 turns going to cancel out 1 of all my damage.
That's pretty good.
Which then just shuts it down.
Yeah, that's really good.
But this is really relevant. Like if you're new to the game, I think this would be an easy deck to build.
Yeah.
And then be frustrated by you can't beat it. And so knowing the tools to do that. But then once I'm losing to that, how do I adjust to make it?
Now that's a good question.
Make my way through it.
That's a really good question because I mean, if your game plan is doing direct damage, how do you then move to the next phase of that deck construction? You probably have to play a little more on the board and like actually threaten real damage.
Yeah, but I feel like I was doing that, right?
Yeah, that deck is already in a pretty good spot for that.
It's not like my game is just over. But I feel like if you were explicitly burning them with cards from hand,
that game would be over.
If they can loop Law, and like it's the kind of thing where if it got bad enough, you could have 1 Ceremonial to loop Essence Druid to loop Law.
Oof. That's nasty.
But like that's
I don't like that at all.
That's that level, right?
That's a lot of looping.
But 1 Ceremonial, 1 Essence Druid. You could open with Essence Druid and Law in hand. And then literally, you can have a Law in play every turn.
Mm-hmm.
So against Burn, you're just preventing 1 permanently.
I like it. And
that's a cool concept.
Now that makes me want to get other Laws in play.
You might have 1 of Laws, right? So this is going down a direction I was interested in going because I was looking at the Essence Druid and I love the Lion that goes to get the Law.
Mm-hmm.
So like, then you don't have to first 5 it. Technically,
you first 5 the Lion.
You can see what's happening. Bring a Lion out, go get the Law, play it, Essence Druid it over and over.
And that way, if you have 1 copy of Summon Lion and you have 2 copies of the Law and you have 2 copies of Essence Druid, then in your second hand, even if you don't draw Essence, you just play the Lion and get the Law. And in fact, that's enough. You don't even need to run Essence at that point. If you can just Lion it in twice during this game,
that's true.
That's more than enough.
Well, the downside of that though is that then if you're trying to run different Laws for different matches, your deck eventually becomes full of like 7 Laws that you don't need.
It's probably just.
But
just the Law.
I kind of like 1 of each Law.
Yeah.
And then the ability to get it back. You don't even need the Lion, honestly. You can if you're good, you first 5 it. Lion's expensive. So if you're good, you first 5 the right Law.
And Druid's a 2/4.
And an Essence Druid is great.
Yeah, and does it not exhaust to do the thing? The Tame 2 thing? See, that goes into the exhaustion plan, too. It's just like...
Yeah, while it's in battle, their attack's -2, and it watch for 4.
Start throwing stuff at the wall to try to get it off. And it also plays into the moving exhaustion tokens around, because you just unexhaust that, and it's just a wall that's there forever.
I think this unit is built for this deck.
Let's go Essence Druid for sure.
Even without the burn sensation.
I don't think... What do you think about Polarity Mage? That doesn't seem like it's greater than the sum of its parts to me.
Yeah, I mean, alteration spells to me have to be so specifically good.
Yeah.
So, like, I'm not sold that this Power Through...
I think Power Through is there. I mean, I can get into Holy Relics. Yeah. It's nice. It's nice to have a 5/5 Holy Knight.
Mm-hmm.
That can't be targeted by spells. I think that's tough to deal with.
Yeah. That is expensive, though.
It's expensive. But with all of the... I mean, all you need to do is Holy Relics, swing with Knight, whatever happens, unexhausted with Chaos Gravity, swing again. The value there is tremendous.
This is another card I really like that Shuffle Bus is recommending, which is Shepherd of Lost Souls.
Yeah.
I can't see this card without seeing... what's her name? What's the 2 waitress show? Kat Dennings? Yeah.
2 waitress show?
How do you spell Shepherd?
Sheppherd.
Yeah, I had it. She just reminds me of Kat Dennings. Anyways, Spirit Guide, when this unit comes into play, you may search your discard pile for an ally with a title other than this unit's title and place it into your hand.
So we're looping the Essence Druid now as well.
I mean, it's a loops on loops.
It's loops on loops.
That's actually better than a ceremonial, right? Because you get to stay inside your divine.
Yeah, way better. But I think you literally just need to hit that Law once during that game. Yeah. 1 turn.
I mean, once probably buys you an entire extra turn against Burn.
Yeah.
Especially if it's crazy to me to think about a deck that's just not even playing units. Like, that makes me terrified.
That's crazy. It's not supposed to be possible.
Big if true.
Big if true indeed. Yeah. Law of Assurance, too. Bernardo is suggesting that Emperor Lion deck having Law of Assurance. Let me look up Law of Assurance.
The laws are cool, dude. They are very cool. But that's what I kept feeling with Emperor Lion. It's like, if I know a law is good against my opponent, and if you're at that level, you just start with a law in your hand. And then you can loop it with Essence Druid, which is why I like that so much, that concept.
Ooh, that's interesting. When Assurance comes into play, you change all of your dice to your class side.
Yeah.
And then nothing can be rerolled or changed.
Really, if you're playing against illusion dice, you see the illusion dice over there? Start with that in your hand. It's crazy. They can't wolf you?
No wolf.
They're not ready.
Law of Domination, we've seen that.
Uh-huh.
Deal damage to each other. It's a good law. It's a classic law. Law of Fear is one that I was interested in for a while.
What's it do?
Place 1 exhaustion token on a unit with an attack value of 0. And while in battle, the attack value of all attacking units is reduced by 1.
That's good in your exhaustion plan.
Target unit with attack value 0 is not easy to get to. You do weird stuff like Snake Diam, and then Grace is good, and then Sight I think is not great. Comes into play, draw up to 2 cards, no player may play reaction spells. A little say no situation. I think
that could be rough.
I think where I go here, so let's look at what actually is supposed to happen here. So Sonic Swordsman feels like it's so synergistic that you want to do it.
How do you feel about
making
some changes here and then showing it next week?
Yeah, I'll do that. I'll do that. I like Holy Knight, I like Sonic Swordsman. Although I feel like Sonic may be overkill actually in the deck. I know it feels good.
Well, I think this gets replaced with Essence Druid, right? It's the 3-cost unit.
Probably. Chaos Gravity you keep. Shatter Pulse is 3 dice to destroy a target unit. Doesn't that seem heavy to you? That seems heavy to me.
Well, destroying at reaction speed.
Yeah.
And changing 2 dice.
Yeah.
In either player's pool.
Strikes and Gutters.
I go back and forth on it. It's an expensive card to play.
Sympathy Pain is good. It's really good. We're not playing 3 of those in this. I could use 3. Flute Mage. Remove an exhaustion token from a unit. That seems to play into theme. It's a 1-2. I like him at a 1-2. For 2 dice, that's fine. Power Through. I don't know. I never know. I like the Mirror Spirits. I think that's exactly where you're supposed to be on that. Late game Mirror Spirit. Super good. Holy Relics. Let's just stick with the plan, man. Let's just go Holy Relic, Holy Knight. Let's not get ahead of ourselves in this being too weird. 3 Flute Mage seems like a lot. Relics. So the things that... I don't think you need that Polarity Mage. This thing's gone.
I could see that a lot.
I don't think you need Power Through. You maybe have 1.
Power Through seems a little at odds with the deck.
You can stick with Sonic Swordsman.
I mean, he is good.
Plays into your Mirror Spirit plan. He's 3-4 too. I mean, 3-4 is beef. That's serious beef. Like the Nightshade Swallow, that's very good. I'd probably put a Power Through on Sympathy Pain. I think Sympathy Pain is just great. I really do. It's so, yeah, this card is so good. And then Polarity Mage, yeah, you got to get out of town. So we basically got 4 slots. I think, what, 1 Law, 2 Laws, 2 Essence Druids?
Mm-hmm.
And add a Sympathy Pain. See how it plays. You like that?
Yeah.
I think that's the best thing?
Let's just get it updated. That way next week we can roll right
We'll do it now. We'll do it now. I'll write it. We'll do it live.
All right.
So really, our board threat is Knight, Relic. I mean, that's probably tale as old as time.
All right. So what's the first thing you need?
It makes me want to cut Swordsman. I feel like I need more width. Because I want them to attack and exhaust.
I mean, Holy Knight, Sonic Swordsman, and Essence Druid is a lot.
It's too much. Let's cut the Sonic, man. I feel like it's too obvious that it's supposed to be in the deck.
So we should cut it.
We should cut it.
All right. First, we
can also potentially cut a Flute Mage.
I'm very pleased. How many Essence Druid do you want?
2. Let's start with 2.
Love that art. You want any Shepherd of Lost Souls?
So what else could get this back? A ready spell. Place it into your hand. It makes me want to look at other ready spells, honestly.
I mean, that's all your summon stuff, right? So if you meditate it away, you can get it back?
Ooh, complication. My spell word's only 3. So the law that comes in would be the 4th.
What are your spells right now?
Mirror Spirit, Nightshade, and Lightbringer. All great.
Yeah.
Let's be honest. It's all great. All right, what other heal stuff is there?
Interesting.
What is Mass Heal? Mass Heal's fine, but really it's just heal. It's just heal. Is there anything else that heals? Prevent. When you play... When a unit you control is dealt damage. No, that's not it. Cover is fine. Frostring. Particle. They're all spellboard units.
Butterfly Monk.
Dang it. Yeah, we don't have the monk. We don't have the dice for the monk. At least not currently.
Yeah.
So all my prevents are done. Heal is only done through healing. Huh. Have to cut a battlefield slide? It's not possible. We shouldn't do that.
I mean, I think with the beef you're running, I wouldn't mind.
Cut Lightbringer.
I wouldn't mind cutting the Mirror Spirit.
You can't cut that Mirror Spirit. If you're cutting Mirror Spirit with all the toolkit here, then it's unplayable. That should be the MVP. I mean, it came out for 4. It was a 4/2.
He was a beefy little spirit.
He's swinging for real.
I mean, I guess the Nightshade kind of fits into your exhaust spelling.
Definitely does. Yeah, and then you can trigger Chaos Gravity after it's gone, which I was looking at. So I would actually consider maybe Lightbringer if we can get some allies that can cover the board a little bit better. All right, let me look at allies here. Type ally. Do I have to type that in?
Cam saying Sonic allows more synergy with Mirror Spirit.
It does. It absolutely does. And it may come back in, but it's so expensive. It's so expensive. See, but the thing about Sonic is a lot of times it's trading an exhaustion token because it's destroying the unit. So I'm not sure that it always buffs. It's such a good unit. I get it. It's such a good unit. I'm not gonna argue with it.
It is super good.
What a threat, right? I don't know how to find the allies.
I can help you out.
What do you have a little symbol? Oh, there it is. It's the little multiple people symbol. Okay, and then we've got these dice types. Okay. And then we can look. There we go. Okay, I got there. Well, you don't have the first player. You know these beast mages, you always want to play these, right? Everybody always wants to play these.
Always. I mean, it's a beast that's a mage. Come on.
It's a 4/4 whenever you're not the first player. That's something else.
Those cards that get better on certain turns are weirdly terrifying to me.
After you declare 3 or more, you may add 1 to this unit. So Beast Warrior likes to party with a lot of stuff.
It's like, I'm not good enough to manage that.
Your opponent controls. Essence Druid, you gotta love Essence Druid. Add 2.
It's also the kind of thing that, like, laws aren't going to be always necessary.
Mm-hmm.
So you could literally keep all those in your deck.
That's true.
And then, like, the laws go away. So if you end up putting, like, the Nightshade Swallow into your deck, or you put the Mirror Spirit 2 copies into your deck or something, whatever it is, you're probably going to draw into it, and your Essence Druids can get it back if you meditate it away.
That's right. Is that what Cam's saying?
He's saying you can use it. You can meditate the spell off the board.
Yeah, I think it's still okay. It's still valid then.
And also, Essence Druid is really nice because if you need the spot
it can get you this back. And get you your spell back. You can meditate
it away.
Yeah.
Use the law for a while.
Yeah.
And then get it right back.
Yeah, I'm with that. Okay, we're back. We're back on the plan.
Back on track. Okay, got you the Essence Druids. What
Lightbringer. Let's get Nightshade. We got the 1 Nightshade. 2 Flute Mages. Magi. Excuse me.
Maggie.
So I'm going to go Power Through and Flute Mage.
Okay.
Into the Essence Druid. And that's a pretty good spread of dice types across these.
Yeah.
Let's not bother with the Sonic Swordsman just yet. But it might be too much beef.
But it might not be. We've seen the beef list be good.
It might not be.
What else?
We need the 2 laws. Law of Grace. And then really what we need is something that puts puts 2 units out for the price of 1, like that Raptor Herder. Is there anything? There's nothing like that in these dice types, I suppose, is there?
Well, that's what our friends out there in the internet are good to help with. I have no idea. You need Law of Grace?
Yeah, 2 Law of Grace.
2?
Yeah.
Anything else? Any other laws?
No. Wait, I can play Raptor Herder. I've got music notes. Give me 2 of those boys.
2 Laws of Grace, right?
That's right.
2 Raptor Herder.
I think we've done it. I think we'll have a little bit more roundness. Oh. String Mage, what's up? I see that. And I might grab some heals too. I feel like they're generally good. If you're running an exhaust deck, you gotta imagine that burn is your worst nightmare. So I think you have to tech in a few tools for it.
I want to say Raptor Herder was in that.
Yeah, it's probably in.
Someone's saying Raptor Herder is Sympathy?
Yeah, that's what we're saying. So we can actually run it.
How many you need?
Dang right, 2 of them. I think we only need 1 Law of Grace.
That's where I was at.
I don't want to draw it if it's...
This is for you.
Thanks. Alright, Raptor Herder, Law of Grace. Any other first 5 thing that we might consider against a certain matchup? You don't know if you're going first or second until it's time, right?
That's right.
Bummer.
It's too late at that point.
I love these classic Dragon Shields, man.
Big fan.
Big fan. Okay, we got the Raptors. So we've got
like chef on a potato.
We've got 1 slot floating.
A very slick potato.
It could be that 3rd Flute Mage. What it needs to be is a 3rd Sympathy Pain.
You want it?
I don't know that this card is ever bad, right? Take damage, deal 2 to something?
Turning a single snake or a horse into... The fact that you have both is really powerful.
Yeah, and it's just like... It can also just be that last 2 on a tight matchup.
All right, let's do it.
Let's do that. Let's do one more. Yeah, one more Sympathy Pain, yeah.
It's a reaction.
It is. We got some big units here. Thanks. So then what I want to look at is really, can I run or can I play these guys at the same time? So Swordsman, music note,
random die,
horsey, thing, this,
3 basics.
And 3 basics, absolutely can.
And then you have 1 die left.
But just like a turn where I draw 2 of these, I can still actually play that turn out.
Yeah. I mean,
so that's good. That's a good spread.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's go.
Okay.
Let's go.
Well, tweaks made.
Yeah.
Tune in next time on Dragon Ball Z to see if Steven saves the world on Steven Saves the World.
Where was this Sympathy Pain? Oh, I did that wrong. Okay. Good. Good.
You should unsleeve that Sympathy Pain to sleeve it.
Well, I unsleeved it from the gold.
Oh.
Unsleeved it in the copper. You can't tell because they look the same.
Yeah, from over here it looks exactly the same.
3 Holy Relics is obviously too many, but we're going to run them.
Okay. Well, I like we kind of fell into this process of actually taking a deck and evolving it.
Hey, here we are, right?
But I would like to see it get to the point where you can at least compete with that burn deck.
Yeah.
And then either I need to evolve my burn deck or give you a different look to see. But, like, it's pretty amazing the spread, even currently, of all the decks that are available.
Yeah.
And how they can be played. And little tweaks go a long way towards making certain matchups possible. Sometimes, though,
I like the way this played a lot.
Yeah, there's a lot of cards in there I really like.
Can you give me another raptor herder while we're here?
A third raptor herder?
Yeah. Do you have one?
Show Buster's Ashes is very RPS, man.
Rock, paper, scissors, I assume?
No.
That's where you've got to have that middle ground where you can be rock or you can be paper, depending on what your first 5.
Yeah. You need to be able to be 2.
I'm going to do Raptor Herder, and then if I still can't get over Burn, I have 2 heal slots where I can add heal.
And if you still can't get over it, we're switching decks.
If I still can't get over it, I'll keep trying.
Raptor
for sure. Yeah, one more Raptor, man.
Keep hitting that like button. Smash that like button.
Smash that like button. I'm going to pull us back to the full scenario here.
Monty.
Look at this little studio.
We did something.
Just back here in the middle of a tiny office room. Making it happen. Well, thanks for all the help, guys. Thanks for all the comments.
Meanwhile, I'm just digging for a raptor herder. 1.
Show was saying if only we had sideboards. You want to think the system of first 5 is the sideboard, right?
I mean, I think you do have a sideboard, and it's the last 5 slots of your deck. And
1-ofs that you can pull in, right?
And you can first.
Maybe it's not enough. I don't know. Maybe it is enough.
Perhaps it is, my dude.
Maybe everyone's just waiting for the world to embrace. I can probably get another raptor.
It's somewhere. It may be in the deck.
It's always in a deck, dude.
I bet it's in its first 5. So we'll figure that out by next time.
And I will give you.
Hey, that was enlightening. I think that Brendan deck is a good It reminds me of Dory in Fab.
You just got to beat it.
It's a hurdle you have to be able to jump, and if you can't, you got a problem. If they just start directly damaging you for 20 by the time you can win,
ain't gonna work, is it?
You got problems.
All right, everybody. Hey, thank you so much for joining us. It's always a pleasure to be here, and it's always a pleasure to have been involved in this game, getting back into the scene.
That's right.
That means a ton. So subscribe to keep it going. We've got another expansion coming. I think it has been delayed at the ports, etc.
Yeah, I think we're like October, November is the estimation right now, right?
Yeah. But
it's not too late to subscribe to get this.
That's right.
That has not been charged or anything.
All your future products you can get through subscription. If you're looking to start the game, if you're looking to get into it, you can always go to Plaid Hat and plaidhatgames.com and check out all of the previous releases. Get caught up and then hit your subscription with us, and then that'll get you all the future products. Not only that, there's also a signal for Plaid Hat to decide if they want to continue to publish the game. So as long as we have enough subscribers on the Covenant subscription, then the game will continue to be produced and expansions will continue to flow. And what will come next? I don't know. Nick's got some crazy ideas, right? We've seen, there's a lot of Phoenixborn to complete, so that probably is a year to year and a half.
On the time dice cycle, yeah.
To 2 years. I don't know.
Then there's some spicy stuff.
And then there's are we doing PvE? Where are we going to go? So I'm excited to just be a part of the ride. And I think that's it.
See you
Another
next time.
great day of Ashes. Take care, everyone.